Hey guys, welcome back to the Down on Movies podcast. We have Caitlin.
Hey.
And Starla.
Hello.
And Michael.
Hello.
The Hammer Miguel Eichelberger. Fourth. Yeah, I know. I'm just going to keep adding you a new nickname every time we do that. But no, we are here. A few days ago we saw Black Mass starring Johnny Depp.
Woo-hoo.
And this is our review together. I know, that was like the sound. If you're going to woo, maybe... Yeah, that was like I farted. That wasn't even like a real woo. That was just...
She said woohoo too, so
that was like Michael farted. Yeah, that was just because nobody wants to get loud and proud. Hey! Did y'all hear those kids outside? But no. So basically, I can't even focus now. Black Mass is about Whitey Bulger. You know, the story of him.
Right.
Things he did.
Who was he?
He was a gangster.
Where?
He did things in Boston, Massachusetts.
Arts and crafts.
Oh my god, that's for all you. Yeah, that's for all you Wet Hot American Summer fans out there.
I'm just letting it all happen. It's best to let y'all get it out of your system.
But this one is set after when he's released in Alcatraz, him trying to get back into life somewhat. But it's like then it's after that, and then before that, and then it's like they jumped around a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you had to make sure you paid attention.
It started what in 1975?
70. I thought it was 71. I thought 70 something. We were not prepared.
And then it was 75.
It was
Yeah,
75?
75.
75.
It jumped around to like 81.
Yeah,
85.
So
Yeah.
you got to pay attention. But no, lots of good people in the movie. You
Yeah.
know, we had Joel Edgerton.
Egerton.
Yeah. Joel Egerton, and then Benedict Cumberbatch,
Yeah.
Peter Sarsgaard,
Dakota-
well, what's
Kevin
left of
Bacon.
it? Dakota Johnson, Kevin
Yeah.
Bacon, man, lots of homeboy from Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, Empire Records.
Empire
Rory
Records.
Cochrane.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Who else? Because lots of people I recognize.
Scott.
Yeah, Adam Scott.
Right.
Roy Stoll. Is that his name? From Ant-Man?
I was about to say,
Oh,
I was about to say
the
just
villain.
Yellow Jacket. Like that's all I was
Right.
gonna say. Like Yellow Jacket.
Well, Yellow Jacket. Roy Stoll.
So lots of people in the movie, and so it was a big
Yeah.
ensemble, and they actually gave everyone for the most part screen time. It wasn't like 2 minutes of Bacon, and then that's
Yeah.
that's all you see of them.
And you
like,
know what? You don't
doesn't
need
sound-
a
That's
lot.
2 minute Bacon.
You don't need a lot of Kevin Bacon. He does a good job.
Right.
He does a good job. You don't need too much bacon; will make you not want pork.
Like Kevin Bacon has one of the most memorable roles in JFK, but he's not in it long. But
Yeah.
he does, he does such a good job with what he's given.
I feel like
It is like real bacon. A little goes a long way. You don't need to pile it with bacon. Just a little bacon.
That's right.
What you do?
Caitlin's like, excuse me.
It's all right to indulge, but you don't have to.
You don't have to have that much bacon. But basically, it is about Joel Edgerton's character. Basically, once they grew up together,
Right.
so he feels like he can trust Whitey. He wants him to help him out. Give him tips on different gangs.
They
and,
want to get rid of the Italian mob.
Yeah, the Italian mob. So, but then Whitey kind of takes advantage of that and is like, well, now I can do anything. Like we can use them, have them take out our enemies, and we can just do whatever the hell we want to.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then things happen.
Yeah.
It kind of shows you the sadistic side of him. It shows them the emotional side of him. He is a family man for the most. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
loves his son. He loves his girlfriend. He loves his mom.
Right.
His brother.
His
He loves
brother.
everybody.
Right.
His friendships and
And that tends to be kind of a common thread with gangsters.
Yeah.
they're very family.
Gangster
on-
films are
big
very
on family.
family oriented, and
Evil.
loyalty is a big, big, big thing.
Yeah. But it showed you how kind of messed up Whitey was in
Yeah.
moments,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
just when he's talking to his son about
Yeah.
like, well, if you don't see it, then it never happened.
You got in a
Yeah.
fight at school.
Your mistake was
Yeah. What he did wrong was not getting into a fight, just not doing it privately.
Yeah.
doing it.
It's where and when you
And-
fight.
Yeah.
Right. And
Right.
if anyone sees you.
Yeah.
So
Which I
it
think's
shows you
funny
this
because
thing.
some of the things that happened out in public.
Yeah.
So then I was like,
He broke
what?
his own rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least the ones he did. You know what I mean? Like when he.
But that happens. It seems like a lot of these, and most of the gangster movies I like are based on true events. I know not all of it's true because nothing is ever all true.
All true.
Right.
But it seems like it's always about overconfidence. They do really well building up their career. They get a little overconfident, make key mistakes, and everything just crumbles.
Yeah, everything kind of changes
Yeah.
from there.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, and what went wrong was, the fact that he was so confident that
Yeah.
he could do whatever he wanted,
Mm-hmm.
that put Joel Edgerton's character in an issue, because then he's like, well, I have to cover up what he does,
Right.
so he
Yeah.
can still help me and make me look good,
And eventually, it's
it
not
just-
going to meet in the middle,
yeah,
and somebody's
it
going to
just
figure it
all
out.
catches
It
up.
all caught up to him.
Yeah.
But what was something that stood out the most?
I really think Johnny Depp.
He did
Johnny
great.
Depp did such a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He
Good job.
really did. I liked that you couldn't tell it was him.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
look anything like himself. Some
Yeah.
movies he does, some movies he has totally
Yeah.
different weird characters, but this completely seemed like
Yeah.
a different person.
And he wasn't playing like the Mad Hatter or any type of weird
Yeah.
character.
He meant-
caricature.
yeah.
It was actual.
Yeah.
He was actually playing a real person.
Yeah, even when he looks like himself and he's playing a weird, or like a real person,
Yeah.
he's still, it's always got a twist to it, or it's kind of a dark movie, or something's different. But this was like just really good. His acting and the way the makeup was, they made him look really
Yeah,
good.
no, he did good, and it wasn't Disney. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, 'cause I think the last 5 years
Tim
has been
Burton.
Disney,
Yeah.
and then every now and then he'll do like or Tim Burton.
Right.
So no, his acting was really good. I think everybody for the most part did
Yeah.
pretty well,
Yeah.
And like we talked about after the movie, Cumberbatch's accent,
Yeah.
He-
he did a
did,
good job doing
considering
Boston,
he's
and
from
all of
the
them. I
UK.
mean, most of them have accents, and they all did
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah.
And I think that's tough. It's tough to be English and do an American accent on its own, and then to have to do an accent within America on top of that.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't want to undertake that.
Yeah. No, I did a good job. Was there anything y'all would change about it? Anything y'all didn't like, or?
I felt like it went fast. I would have liked to have seen more, kind of maybe the backstory on them as kids.
Yeah.
Kind of show,
How they got their start.
yeah,
Or how they
that
met.
start, or
Yeah.
what made,
What
them
made
so
yeah.
loyal to each other and
Mhm.
willing to sacrifice careers and everything else for each other.
Yeah,
You
because they talk about it briefly.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah. That
talk
was
about
it.
it. Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
that just means it was a really great movie, and I wanted a little more.
Yeah, I felt like that too. It was a little rushed, and there were a few things that I think they just kind of didn't explain as much as they should have
Yeah.
on. Like there would be something that happened, and you're sitting there waiting for them to tell you the rest of what happens, and it's just a quick scene. Like when he got in the argument in the hospital with his wife or girlfriend or whatever, you never see her again. There's
Yeah.
never
Yeah,
anything
she's just like, that
yeah,
was it.
she's just
Yeah.
gone.
Like that
And
was
I'm
it.
like, what happened with that? Like,
Yeah. I
you don't.
feel that
There's
way, too.
there were.
Yeah,
I
like-
felt like there were a few scenes like that where something happened and you're waiting to find out what happens after, and it never
Yeah,
shows you.
'cause
It
it-
doesn't
yeah.
talk
Yeah,
about it
'cause-
again. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really think about how we never saw her again after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that was
There
just
were a
them
couple
saying,
other
well,
things.
this
I
is
can't think
over,
of it right
like,
this
our
second,
kid's
but I
dead.
know there were a few like that I was like, why aren't they explaining this further?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
So I
director-
think they could have done that.
Yeah, the director said it was originally close to 3 hours, but he cut a lot of it out.
Well, I'm curious to see how it ends up.
And I
when
think
they
it could
do
have been.
Blu-ray and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like with Age of Ultron. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what's his face was like, it was supposed to be 3 hours,
Mhm.
but the studio and stuff was like, well, we don't need a 3-hour superhero movie, even though it probably wouldn't have
would've been
seemed
a-
it. It would have made
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
sense in a lot of aspects.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe they'll do some kind of extra extended thing.
Yeah,
or-
that would be good.
Yeah.
Kind of
And that way, if you want to watch it, you can. If not, then you can watch the normal version. But
They didn't even explain about his son, whether he for sure was gone or not. He just said,
It's like
you
you-
know,
yeah, it's
he
like you
would,
knew
because
he-
she was sitting there all mad saying she pulled the plug on him and stuff
Yeah.
because she's like, he's going to die, but you never find out if he does or not.
Yeah,
he
until-
doesn't, he
until
doesn't even
finally-
mention
make
him.
that decision.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know. It finally just shows it
Yeah. They,
later on when
it was
they're like,
in
"What's
80
when the mom dies?"
It was like 81 or something like
yeah,
that.
so it's like
when
his
he's-
mom died, his son died, and then that's when he changed.
I thought they said when he's at like that tailor and he's getting that suit. They mentioned he was changed after his son died.
it was.
Yeah.
They said
Something
yeah,
like
his
that.
son dies, and it was right after his mom died.
No, this was before all that.
Oh no, I
Yeah, it
remember them
was his
saying.
son and then his mom.
No, I know. His son died first, but I'm saying like when they said that he changed, it was after his mom died too. They're like after. They're like. he
They
lost-
said
I think they
before.
say it twice.
Yeah, they say it twice.
Oh, I only
Because
heard it once.
no, you know what I mean. Because like he's every time he
his,
lost somebody.
one of his
it
guys
made him.
was doing the narrative. I think it was the first guy that we saw, the guy that played
Said
Kevin.
something about him.
Yeah.
But I mean, Casino was 3 hours.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas was near 3 hours.
Yeah.
JFK was 3 hours. So I think sometimes if if there's enough story to tell, studios shouldn't be scared of the 3-hour movie. Sometimes it just has to be.
Yeah.
You know, and it can be interesting. You know, never at any point during Casino did I think, it's getting a little long-winded. You know, or during Goodfellas or that type of thing, because so much is going on, and Goodfellas had to cover a span of like 30 years.
Yeah.
And that's the situation with this movie. There's so much time to cover.
Yeah.
Now,
I think studios get scared of people's attention spans.
which is sad. They
And
need
then
to
it's
have
the word
more
of mouth
faith
where it's
in
like the people who see it will go tell people, oh, it's too long, it's really long, you don't want to see it.
Well, then they're not meant to see
Then,
these
yeah,
type of movies.
so it's
Right.
tough.
And even if you don't see it in the theater, I mean, that's one, like, so what if it's long? Watch it at home when you get the time, when it's
Yeah.
out
Right.
on DVD and Blu-ray and all that.
Yeah, and
So,
you can pause it to potty and everything else. You'll be fine.
Yeah. It's like we're an hour and a half into it. Shit, man, every Monday Raw's 3 hours, so I
Yeah.
stick through that, and sometimes
Yeah.
that's garbage, so...
Wow.
I mean, really, it's like, so I understand
but
them
like
trying to stretch
Caitlin's saying,
things,
if-
and like if there's enough content,
If it's got
fine.
the story that you're looking for,
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
you don't
that's-
realize
that's
It's
how
what
like
I'm
much.
saying.
how it's,
Yeah.
it's easier for
Invested
people
in
to
it.
watch 3 hours worth of a TV show on Netflix than it is to
Yeah.
watch a 3-hour movie, because it
Yeah.
does stuff to keep you interested where you just keep wanting to watch more
Right.
of it.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
movies
It's good.
sometimes, if they drag on, but then there's ones you didn't even realize it was that
Yeah.
long. So they just need to do a good job of telling
Yeah.
the story.
If it's good,
Yeah.
people will watch
And
it.
and I feel like with this one, and even with like Ultron, I think if they would have put the stuff, they would just leave it how it was supposed to be, edit the
Yeah.
things that obviously don't make sense. But if it continues the story, or if it tells more about certain
Yeah.
things, because then it made them make sense. Like how we never see Dakota Johnson again. It's like she may have been in there more, or we may have
Yeah.
seen more stuff with their son after he's all upset. That accident happened to him. Then maybe we would have got something extra from them. But instead, it's like, okay, we're fighting, and now we're never gonna see you again.
Yeah.
It's like then it just kind of
It's like Sienna Miller was in it, but never, her entire part was cut.
really.
Yeah. She was an ex-girlfriend, or played an ex-girlfriend. And so maybe that would have given us more insight, maybe,
What
you
was
know,
going on?
Yeah. But her entire character was cut out.
Yeah.
So it's like Rogue. You just
Oh, yeah.
don't know.
Well, now there's the Rogue cut. It's like you couldn't have just put that in the damn
Yeah.
X-Men movie.
Yeah.
It's like they filmed all those Rogue scenes, and she probably had like 2 extra minutes in the entire movie, and then they're like, let's come out with a whole new Blu-ray of
Paid
Rogue cut.
$30 for 2 minutes.
Yeah, basically. Which is Rogue character from X-Men. She was supposed to be
Yeah.
in Days of Future Past.
I
and they're
know.
like, okay, we're getting rid of her.
She's got this.
I'm just making sure. You know what? I'm looking at you, but I'm talking to the people out there. That was a slide.
You
of hand.
represent
Y'all
the-
better be
the
listening.
people.
You better, yeah.
I'm
You better-
not.
You better. Oh.
Everybody take notes.
No. Not being listened to. Okay, so out of 10, what would you rate it?
I give it an 8.
I give it an 8 too.
I'd say
6. I was kidding. No, 8's solid. I think it would have been either a 9 or even a 10 had we had some more things explained,
Yeah.
or just some of the cuts. I think the thing that bugged me was, I mean, not bugged me, it didn't upset me, but it just like
You
the
hated
jumping from back to forth. And I understand they're trying to show each
Yeah.
person who's telling a new story, and maybe that's it too. Maybe just every time there's somebody new up there
It
saying
was
what
their
happened, it was their
perspective,
perspective
yeah.
of what was happening. So maybe that's why we didn't see Dakota Johnson ever again,
Yeah.
or their son, or
Yeah.
So who knows? But that stuff, I was like, it was, I was into what was going on, and then it would show something the next like few years later. So I'm
Yeah.
like, well, all right.
Yeah, I
But-
guess I'm not going back to that.
Yeah, I'm not going back to what they were just talking about. Yeah, exactly. So no, very good movie. I definitely recommend it. Anything else anyone wants to say?
I hope that Johnny Depp gets some recognition.
Yeah. Maybe a nomination or something.
So at least a nomination,
Yeah.
so that
I
we
mean,
can be
'cause
nominated for a good movie
Yeah.
instead of a
He
shit
needs
movie.
some
'cause they feel bad for him.
encouragement. You know, I feel like he does, because he needs to know he can play a character, a solid, interesting character that's not a cartoon or a parody or
Or a pirate.
some over the top.
Or just poorly written.
You know?
Because even the ones where he's been a human,
You know,
been
just
shit.
let him know he does a good job. This is like my Nicolas Cage problem. Give him a little love, and maybe he'll do better.
As he's in the middle of filming Pirates
You know,
5 right now.
if you don't love on your child when they do something good, they'll never know they are. So we gotta love on him. We gotta love on him.
Hear that, people? We gotta love on him.
Love your children.
Love your dad.
Love your children and love Johnny Depp.
Yeah. But awesome. So thank you guys for listening. Make sure you check out Black Mass in theaters now. And if not, then you can wait a few more months and own it. But
You can buy it for Christmas.
You can buy it for Christmas, the Christmas time. But thank you guys for listening. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up.
Black Christmas.
Black Christmas. Dude. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys. And we are also taking fan questions, so make sure in the comment section you hear some of your questions. Hear some of your questions? Post some of your, yeah. We'll hear some of your questions.
And then you might hear them here.
Hear them here. Post your questions. Yeah, you know what I meant. But thank you guys. We will see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.